Well, I have no idea what to even talk about. It's like, you ever sit down and be like, I've had my brain off for like 8 hours at work and now I have to do a podcast.
Yeah.
We got all our transphobic takes out.
Yeah, I feel like we got it all out in the women's
Now, what do we
sports,
even
women's
talk about?
billiards.
We just watched every Harry Potter back to back.
God damn it.
This might be a bad one.
No.
Yeah,
It's gonna,
right.
by virtue of, we have a guest on today's episode. Also, sorry for missing last week. My car had to be repaired, so I was not able to get to the podcast with these guys. But
And what are we going to do? Like,
Yeah.
go to him? Why would we ever do that?
Yeah.
that's true. I guess I probably could have asked that of you guys. Like, I do have probably, you have a car now. That totally could have happened.
Yeah, I can't drive it far, though, because it's still registered to my grandfather. So, and I don't have a front license plate and shit, so I gotta go get all that stuff taken care of.
Gotcha.
then I
And you
can
have
take
an
it further
unregistered
than-
weapon.
Yes.
Noah's riding
Yeah.
dirty these days.
You gotta roll those dice. I drove around with a car that was like with an expired registration. I didn't have insurance for like 3 years and just like never got caught.
I did too, but I'm trying not to live like that
Yeah.
anymore. I'm trying to do better by myself.
That's the old Noah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
I always
the
feel
old
like
me.
you are safe though in a city. Like the numbers are so big that you'll just fall through the cracks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I tell myself with all this stuff. Is I'm like, I'll just fall through the cracks.
Slip through the white cracks.
I always think of it as like
Also,
I
really
have
quick,
it.
sorry, hang on. Bixby, please introduce yourself to the listeners.
Okay, yeah, I'm Bryan Bixby. Bryan Bixby, comedian. Sometimes
We're making people introduce themselves.
For
No,
people
we gotta-
listening,
Yeah.
Bixby is a 5'2" blonde woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of chain smoking.
with slender wrists.
I'm actually a women's billiards champion. And
You guys should see his 50 freestyle. Oh my god.
Oh my God, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt. You're right. I should have introduced you, but I didn't know if you wanted.
no, it's all right. We can introduce ourselves here. Everybody
write up-
introduce yourself real quick.
Write a bio about yourself and read it out loud.
I'm Ben
I
Levy.
hate writing bios, dude.
Yeah, I just had to write one, and
Yeah.
it was disgusting. I hate it.
I feel like you write really just like
I don't want to write anything. I just want to be like, he's a funny comedian. Because like you see the shit that like there are comedians who I respect who like have written bios, and it makes me like lose respect for them. Because it's like, well, his witty takes on pop culture and dating. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
yeah.
Well, the thing is because that's what I do is I write 2 sentences about he's from Portland, now he lives in Chicago, he's done clubs and open mics. That's pretty much.
I think I would put open mics first in that.
Open mics and clubs, whatever order it may fall, and then whatever host you send it to will act like that's an okay thing for you to do, and then write an entirely new bio for you that has nothing to do. That happens all
I
the
hate
time.
the people who like they're running a show and they'll ask for a bio and then they're like, all right, I'm gonna bring you on stage, and they just read off
Yeah.
the entire bio in the intro. I've had that more than once. Like,
The bio is nobody's reading the. Nobody's going to a fucking like suburb comedy show and being like, let me check out the bio of the 4 comics I've never heard of.
Yeah.
no, yeah, I know because people show up and they're like, wait, he's talking about ass eating? Why is he talking about ass eating?
And that's in
it's
the
like,
bio.
if you read the bio, yeah, it's ass eating comedian.
This
Bryan
comedian
Bixby.
isn't very sardonic. I don't. Where's all of his sardonic wit?
I write bio/disclaimers.
I put a little cute line in the most recent bio I wrote, and the minute I sent it, I was like, I shouldn't have fucking done that. But you feel pressure to do it.
Or how about when they ask you for a headshot and you give them one, and then the poster comes out and they just picked a picture up from your Facebook from when you're like 15. Like that's happened to me before.
That
where
means
I
get new
gave them-
headshots.
Huh?
That means get new headshots.
No, it literally was like the picture that they chose was terrible, out of focus, grainy. The one I gave them was just like a current
Right.
picture of me.
Yeah.
They
They
looked
just
exactly
lost it.
the same,
No, they
but
literally-
this one was current.
No, it was like there's no way it was because it wasn't like a good like it was objectively the one they picked was worse. I think it's probably they lost the one that I sent them and then they were making a poster the day before.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, as much as you like can try to make it easy for people and send them like pictures or whatever, they just almost never. I've had so many people, like I'll send out an EPK or something which has like 4 videos in it, and then like, cool, can you hit me with a clip?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
there was 4 of them in there, but you didn't. Which is, I don't know how people book.
I don't either.
No, me neither. Yeah.
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 Oh. Listen, but to get back to the original point, you don't need to have a driver's license, a license plate, or a vehicle registration to drive in Chicago, dude.
Yeah. You just gotta be.
All right.
You gotta just fucking roll with it. The Chicago cops, they're way too busy, like kidnapping homeless people and abusing them.
It's true. I watched
Nailing
a cop.
spikes into benches.
I watched a cop smoke a cigarette in his cruiser. Yeah. I saw him roll by my apartment with a cigarette. So I guess it doesn't matter.
When I was when I was at my lowest, I was literally like, maybe I'll just become a cop. I was like, maybe I'll just join the Chicago PD, dude.
And you just never shave the mustache.
Never shaved it. Yeah. that's
because you do. Like, I would totally cast you as a cop.
If I was a cop, yeah, nice. Yeah.
There are times where I've thought about joining the military just to like have something to do. You know?
Oh, I used to. Same. Or just to solve just because I feel like I was thinking about it like when I was in my early 20s for a second because I felt like it would just solve all of my like insecurity shit. Like, I was just, like, the idea.
Those are the kind of soldiers we want. Are psychologically damaged, insecure.
I'm joining the military because I have a small cock.
Right. And I want to make it a big one. I'm going to go collect fucking Middle Eastern cocks and stack them up.
Take it out on brown people.
You have a necklace of Middle Eastern dicks.
No, but I meant more so like not out there, but like when I came back, I felt like I wouldn't have a chip on my shoulder for the rest of my life.
You probably would, because what would happen is you get into the military and then you get bullied by like military guys.
That gives you the complex.
Yeah, now the Marines are bullying you. It's not just like people in your town.
Well, also every time a car horn goes off, you see your best friend exploding. That's the other side of it. Is like if anything actually happens over
cowering over thunderstorms.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna have to give Ben
at least I'm more confident now. At least I'm more confident.
No, but you know what I used to do? Because sometimes you visualize like gross fantasies about shit. Not gross like that, but just I would think about like, oh yeah, I'd come back and somebody's like asking me about what happened, and I'd be like, oh, no, I really don't. I just don't like to talk about that. And I'd be like, oh, that'd be so cool to be that guy.
Yeah, and then there's a thought bubble, and it's him just cleaning the floor in a bathroom.
Yeah, it's him doing nothing in Afghanistan.
Because you're not going to fucking see combat right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I knew a guy who was like, I worked at Jimmy John's with him. He was cool. He was so funny, but he was like, it's my dream to become a sniper in the military and kill Arabs. He was like, I just want to kill people.
That's why I want
from Jimmy John's.
That's why they get to you so fast, because they pick guys like that, dude.
It fucks me up because he was like, he and me were so tight. He came out to see me do comedy. I thought he was hilarious. We were such good friends, and he was like, I just want to kill people. And thank God that he did. He joined the Marines. Yeah. And I saw.
So this is a happy ending. There are countless untold lives ended.
He left, and like I remember like a couple months later he changed his Facebook profile picture to, it was like him on like a turret, and I was like, well,
yeah,
he got what he wanted. He used to he would go to the Block in Baltimore, which is like all like just the filthiest strip clubs, and he would just like take strippers home with them and fuck him in his dad's house.
See, that thing is that's what Genghis Khan would have been if he was born in like '98. You know what I mean? Like those dudes nowadays, the ones that are just that like we laugh at or are in jail or whatever. They were just born a couple hundred years too late.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah,
that dude would have been fucking pillaging.
I mean, he was killing it. Like he suffered no consequences for this behavior.
Oh, okay.
He was like he was basically living his Genghis Khan life.
He was fully Genghis. Yeah, I went to high school with this guy. I don't know if I've brought this up on the pod before, but like, I quit lacrosse because of this guy. He was my friend. He was in my friend group, but he was in lacrosse. They have defensemen, and they get like full on like 8-foot like metal sticks. Like, they're twice the length of the normal lacrosse sticks. And so this kid was like, should have been born in like Norway in like 1182, but he was just my buddy in high school holding a 9-foot metal fucking rod, and he would just swing it at your shins, and like, it felt like medieval fucking shit. And he ended up strangling his cat, but
what the fuck?
Damn, that's like a strangulation that takes delicate fingers. So you're like, I don't want to. No, I don't want to snap the neck. I don't want it to end so soon.
I think he Lennied the fucking. I think he was just
strangle a cat.
And but one time I went over to his house when we were like in high school, and he was just building a catapult. Like he had just made a trebuchet in his fucking. And I was like, this dude's he's gonna end up in jail. But it's sad because fucking he would have been, you know, a Viking king.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They would have been like, this is fucking Ivan Cat Killer, you know?
Yeah, constructing a trebuchet is definitely like troubling to do. But you know, whatever.
Badass, though.
Is he in jail? You said he's in jail? No, he's not in jail.
No, I think he might. What's honestly creepier is that I think he's like clean and successful now. So it's just like he's just like
deep in him.
married or like dating some girl right now who has no idea that he fucking deep down is a trebuchet building cat killer.
That's all. I mean, who among us?
Who
you
among
know,
us?
who among us doesn't?
Thou shalt not catapult stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've never killed a cat?
No, I haven't. It's tempting every time you walk by one and you just see that, but you just step on it. I don't think I would strangle.
That's how Bixby thinks about things.
I would just step on it.
You're like, I don't want to get my hands dirty. I'll use the heel of my boot.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels intimate to like strangle anybody, but a cat.
You got to
the
see
life.
all the stages, you know,
Yeah.
when you strangle it.
To watch
You-
the slit pupils dilate as the light moves by.
I just got a kitten. You guys are fucking disgusting, man. What the fuck is
Well,
wrong
this is what
with
you get for
guys?
talking about fucking my dog every week for the last fucking
I do
6
not
months.
talk. I don't think I've ever said I'm gonna fuck your dog.
I'm just getting
I-
started on your cat, dude.
Let me explain something to you. It's impossible not to see your dog's swollen pussy when she's on her period, dude. It's not my fault, okay?
It's like the bat signal. you could probably see it on the skyline of Chicago, like when a crime happens.
Just don't look, dude.
No, she's listening, and I love your dog.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
She loves you too, but that's just because she doesn't understand what you say.
I don't think I've ever threatened to fuck. I have threatened to fuck animals before. I don't believe I've ever threatened to fuck your dog.
Yeah.
I
But
have.
so now it's your kitten. Now there's fucking rules.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, who knows if she would be against it?
Use your kitten
You
like
know?
a fucking
That's-
glove, dude.
Dude, my friend gave me the craziest. I shouldn't even be telling this. This isn't even funny. I'm sure. But my friend gave me a hypothetical. My old cat Rita.
He gave you a
He-
fuck,
he-
marry, kill with.
He
your
hit me
cat.
with well, not even that. He hit me with a hypothetical. He was like, if your cat Rita turned to you, and in a human voice said, "Nick, I'm actually a beautiful woman, but the only way to change me back is to have sex with, is to fuck me, to have sex with me. Would you do it?" And I'm like, if my cat spoke to me in a human voice and told me, I'm like, yeah, yes.
What?
What?
Because it's real. If she's
And we just
It
had
has
to be real.
Hey, what if she just meowed weird and you made up those words?
No, I had a
hypothetical makes
fucking-
no sense. He's like,
Sometimes I think my cat's saying shit in the kitchen too. Every time you're.
I'm like, if she's speaking to me magically, it's probably it would be insane if the cat could do that. and
Imagine,
then,
just
like, I
imagine,
tricked you.
imagine walking in on Nick fucking his cat, and then this is his explanation.
God.
He's like, "No, this is real. She spoke to me."
Well, no, but if
I don't
she's
want to
gonna
be a
turn into a
cat saying
beautiful
anything
woman.
to you in this.
If no, listen, I would never. Let me explain something to you.
No, dude, this
I
is
would
good.
never have sex with my cat. That's ridiculous.
Unless it would turn her into a beautiful woman.
Unless she spoke to me in a human voice that was real.
I've seen a video of a cat sounding very human. I keep that
No,
fucking.
it's not sounding like it. It's perfect English. She speaks. Why would, if that part's true, why would the other part not be true?
But
I'm
why
so
would
glad
you
we
want
don't
to
have a
fuck the
cat,
beautiful
dude.
what's the problem is, Nick, is that even if you're saying that your cat turning into a beautiful woman that you could fuck is
No,
is a strong enough
I don't even-
incentive
that's
that you
not-
would be willing to fuck her in cat form just so you could get to the human
let me
version.
explain
In this world where we have humans that have become cats,
Yes.
I think
She just coughs up
I'd
hairballs
be like,
while
well,
you're
maybe
fucking
it's just this is because what if you fuck it and it's like actually I'm just a talking cat. I lied.
So, okay.
I just
I'm a
wanted to
talking
see.
cat.
I'm
This is
actually
still
doing it.
exciting for you,
To
but
me,
And then she still talks to you, but whenever there's somebody else in the room, she refuses to do it just because she likes watching you fucking try.
So that is apparently the risk. That's what they explained to me. They're like, what if she's just a cat that can talk? I'm like, that didn't. If the cat is talking, I assume that anything can happen. Is where
Nick's like,
I
we
went.
factored this in.
And also, I'm not turning her into a human so that I can fuck her. I'm trying to free her. It's a noble.
yeah, once she's human, he's not going to want to fuck her anymore, guys.
but now she's just a traumatized
Now
human,
she's
dude.
just a
Whatever. It didn't. I think Shane Dawson got canceled for saying
like-
something like this or something. Well, listen, this
Wait,
was
Shane
not-
Dawson?
Shane Dawson made some joke about fucking his cat and all the.
Well, he was also making 12-year-olds twerk on camera.
Was he doing
yeah,
that?
he
Well,
was
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I don't do anything like that.
No, he just has sex with animals.
I would not ever have
Of age
sex.
animals.
I would not ever. The
You gotta
cat.
separate
Legal.
The
The
art
cat
from the
died.
bestiality.
I'm so sad about it. I never had sex with. I know. I mean, I'm not. I'm not sad because I never got to. It's two separate thoughts. She died. I'm sad about it. And look how good of a person I am. I never had sex with her. All right, look.
Nick got a new fleshlight.
Well, listen.
What's her name?
Tori's episode went nothing like this, by the way. We were
Yeah, a
so
lot more
much-
laughs in Tori's episode were there.
No, Nick just wasn't accused of being a zoophile.
And I offered this up as the problem. This because I
Just
thought
like you offered your cat up. to
I
the
thought
sex
everybody
god.
else would kind of find it as funny as I did.
Well, I think the question was, we all found the question hilarious, but I think we were a little taken aback by your answer is the thing.
Yeah, you jumped straight in.
Because
with
me,
the,
it's a
"Of
quick, I think
course."
for the rest of us, it's a quick no.
And
Yeah,
you
you
said,
agree-
of
you
course,
didn't-
like we would all be stupid not to.
Yeah, you should have laid it on the table and kind of gotten a feel for how we were thinking about it, and then you go into so we would all fuck it,
If
right?
she
And
talks,
then we're like,
then
yeah, okay.
If the cat talks, doesn't that mean that the magic is real?
So the only thing keeping you from fucking your cat is the language barrier.
No.
Yeah.
No.
See, you would have fucked your cat and been like, if I had just talked to one person about this, they might have.
Yeah.
Well, I can't just have a talking cat. That's also a huge problem. So I'm also trying to solve that conundrum.
Well, what do you do if it ends up just being a talking cat?
Yeah, and then what-
you fuck it, and now it just so you're just gonna send it out
Well,
to
then
tell
it's-
everybody
well, then
that you
it's-
fucked
I mean,
it.
the
No.
last kind of animal you want to fuck is a talking animal. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
gonna tell
it's the
everybody.
last animal. Now you got to strangle it. Now you have to. Now you have
It's gonna
to
tell
kill it.
everybody. Dude. You come
That
over,
man-
somebody's
It's a
petting your
chatty
cat.
cat.
That would be that would be insane if my cat did that to me,
Dude, if you
I
took-
got canceled by my cat, dude. Yeah,
If it
that
suddenly
would-
came out that goats knew how to talk, a bunch of guys would be really fucking upset. Right
yes, that's true. That's definitely true.
now. Like, I have to get ahead of this.
I feel like though, if goats could talk, it would open up the door for goat marriage.
Oh, yeah.
So
Goat
a
marriage
lot of
would be
these
nice.
guys would marry.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it's true.
It's real love.
One of my, it's funny. I have no idea if this is true or not. One of my language arts teachers in high school, we were reading The Kite Runner. And I don't know if you guys read The Kite Runner, but
long time ago. I
it's
don't remember it.
It's like a book that liberal women read to feel like they understand what's going on in the Middle East. And my very liberal language arts teacher, or maybe it was AP Lit, I can't remember, but she was like, yeah, I had a buddy that served in the Middle East, and on Thursdays the people over there have something that they call Man Love Thursdays. Because they're not allowed to have sex before marriage, so the men will actually have sex. This is she's in front of the class at the chalkboard. So the men will actually practice having sex with each other every Thursday, every week until they're allowed to get married. And we were like, that's true, I guess. We just put that in our brains.
Wait, is that not true?
I have no idea.
There's
assume it
no
was
way
true.
that there is man love
There's-
Thursdays
this is
across the
woke
Middle
nonsense.
East.
That's what they call it.
This is that woke nonsense needs to be taken out of our schools. Man love Thursday.
Maybe not under Sharia law, but I don't know. You hear about Iran back in the 70s, dude?
Well, yeah. I mean, that was
Maybe
a totally different.
Somebody needs to run on a bring back Man Love. What was it? Man Love Mondays.
Man Love
Man love
Thursdays.
Thursdays. Man
Thursdays.
love Mondays would be better.
Yeah.
You start of your week,
Yeah.
you just get relaxed after a day of work. Makes Tuesday not feel that bad, dude.
Well, I believed it because you know how they do dudes hold each other's pinkies out there, like guy friends.
They hold
like
each
if
other's
we were in
pinkies?
India right now, it would be normal for us to just walk down the block with
Holding
our pinkies.
pinkies. I won't do that with my girlfriend.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's how they. Just imagine two straight guys holding pinkies, just trying to find someone to rape. I feel like that's what they do. in India.
Yeah, I mean, does that happen? Is that happening because they're celibate, or because there's the ratio is so fucked of men to women?
I think they just have different standards when it comes to
I don't even think you can give them the ratio
platonic male
excuse, dude.
intimacy. I think it's a different societal norm. I think dudes can kiss and have sex with each other, and it's just not that big of a deal.
They're romantic with
In
their
India.
boys.
In India, oh well, no. I think in India it literally is straight up like there's not enough women to go around, and they're so horny. Based on what I anyway.
Based on the amount of paintings they're hitting on Instagram.
I'm not even trying to say that.
Oh my God, Mona Lisa!
It's
Why
true.
won't you just suck my cock? Is she smiling or not? I can't tell, but I want my cock to be in there either way.
If Mona Lisa opened her mouth, there would just be a bucket of cum spilling out. Yep.
That's why she looks so mischievous. She's like, I know what's in here.
She
and
looks
you
a little
don't.
like kind of like she's really holding it in.
Yeah, she's trying to make you think she swallowed.
I mean, Mona Lisa is like, you look at her face, it's like, this is the archetypal slam pig. Like, this is a 6 out of 10 who's willing to do anything.
What's
dude.
the Vitruvian man? The Vitruvian slam pig? These are Da Vinci jokes, people.
I've
come
never
on.
heard slam pig until right now. That is one of the foulest things I have ever heard in my life.
That's what Nick named his new pet.
That is so fucked up. That's a term that I heard, and I knew what it meant. You know,
what it meant immediately.
Oh yeah, everybody hears slam pig, and you know exactly what that is.
I'm only thinking about it because JD Vance posted a picture of his mom the other.
Wait, somebody called her a slam pig?
Nick commented slam pig.
I did. I literally quote tweeted because she's like 10 years sober or whatever, and I'm like, it's so sad she's not drinking because this is anybody can see this is a prime slam pig.
Oh my God.
She's destined to be a slam pig, dude.
You're gonna
She
get
looks
deported
just
to
like
El
one.
Salvador.
I
Dude.
gotta follow you on Twitter, dude. Why don't I follow
Follow
you?
me. I changed my Twitter handle was my name, and then I was tweeting death threats at Russell Brand every day, and I was like,
Oh, dude, I just started Twitter under a fake name because I gotta be able to use Twitter how it's meant to be.
yeah, because I was like, oh, I might get fired from my job if somebody screenshots this. So my handle is Mothman News.
Oh, that's actually good.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I got it.
You just pick a different coworker, your least favorite coworker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I got you. Cool.
Nice, dude. I didn't realize you guys were on Twitter.
I am now. I got.
Here, wait, look at JD Vance's mom.
I can tell how racist.
Tell me if I'm fucking wrong. You scroll down a little bit. There she is. Look, tell me. Come on, dude.
Oh yeah.
Slam pig?
She's a total slam pig. She's the last lady in the bar.
She's
Just
Appalachian. fucking-
yeah, no, she should get back on Percocets. It would do wonders for her.
Damn.
Oh.
Remember when fucking JD Vance was like bullying the president of Ukraine, and we were all watching that shit?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
yeah. I saw it on TikTok. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was all right. You know, everybody in it was kind of cringe.
Yeah.
You know what it felt like when you're watching like maybe this is like a service industry thing, but then whenever there's like a Karen, and then she's with a dude, and then the dude joins in because he's trying to like get pussy.
Yeah.
So he joins in the Karen thing. He'll be like, "No, she asked you twice before." Like, but it's always after a while. That's
Yeah.
what JD Vance felt like, the boyfriend joining in.
On the
Yeah.
yeah. I honestly kind of thought it was reversed because JD Vance I felt like was being more of a Karen when he was like
But
do you
he's
think
just
it's
trying to get that Trump pussy.
yeah, true. Who isn't?
Yeah, dude.
You know. You a politic? What you're like? So let me guess. You're like a red state Trump supporter, right, Bixby?
Everybody would think that just looking at me. I
got a
have
very,
that vibe to like as like a
right-wing
some
silhouette.
kind of factory worker or field worker kind of look to me. I've tried to get rid of it. No, I'm not a voter.
Yeah, hell yes, dude.
whatsoever. No, I voted, but it's and I keep track of shit. I wasn't like I don't know. That was the Zelensky thing was crazy to see. With
Also, this like the like we're on some depression level shit with the stock market.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I'm pumped. I bought the dip.
Bought the dip.
Now I just gotta wait.
Buy the dip.
I bought
Yeah,
the dip.
dude.
Now I just gotta wait for my fortune to change.
I bought in on Hawk Coin. Is that
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
going
dude.
strong? How's the Hawk
Every
Coin?
cent. I put my 401k into Hawk Coin. Yeah, dude.
Dude, I don't think I'll ever understand any of the meme coin stuff.
No, I don't even understand
No,
the
it's-
not meme.
Well,
coins.
it's the same as the stock market where it's like it fluctuates based on like rumors. Like all this shit, stocks, Bitcoin, it's fake. It's entirely
Yeah.
fake. It's
Well, have you
all
heard
just
that
like word of
ad-
I
mouth.
feel like one of them is more fake than the other, though.
I think they're both
Yeah.
like evenly fake, honestly.
Pat Berkshire
like,
has that
The
great joke
Bitcoin
about
and
And stock
like,
market.
meme coins.
Oh
or
no!
whatever?
I think like meme coins I'm including in like cryptocurrency, but I think like the crypto fluctuations are as fake as like stock market fluctuations. Like it's all just based. They say, oh well, the market's predictive, which is meaningless because if good news comes out, regardless of whether or not it's true, the market spikes. Bad
Yeah.
news, it dips. It's fucking
We
stupid.
might have just lost half our audience.
This has been a real highlight to the podcast.
All
I'm
right,
sure.
listen, you have to look. This is,
Do any of us actually know what we're talking about?
No.
With
I feel like it's the same.
I don't.
The same people.
Yeah, maybe I don't know anything.
The same
I don't
people
know.
who are in at the ground floor of this podcast are also on the ground floor of like Ethereum. So we need to
Yeah.
fucking tread carefully.
Yeah, we had a guy comment on one of our podcasts, which really made me rethink what we're doing here. And it was a guy named like Dan69420.
Yes.
And he said, "This is my favorite podcast ever since Matt and Shane in Cumtown went woke left."
Yeah, that was my burner account.
Listen,
Wait, am I on an alt-right podcast?
No,
Yeah,
no,
this
listen.
is what it is.
Hell yeah.
Look at the movement Nick keeps doing with
Roman
his hand.
salute.
This episode is called
He's
"My
saying
Heart
his
Goes
heart
Out to
goes
You."
out.
this is crazy. Yes, my heart does go out to you. But the stock market thing is true. It just happened because there was a rumor that they were going to pause the tariffs and the market spiked, and then Trump was like, "We're not," and it dipped again. It's
Yeah.
like, this is fake.
It
He's
is.
making the
Yeah.
stock market his slam pig.
Yeah.
It's totally
Trump is.
Dude, he put 104% tariff on China.
Wow.
It goes into effect at midnight.
Well,
Man,
it's not even the
fucked.
China. It's like there's little countries that just don't like tiny poor countries that have like 80% tariffs under this blanket tariff.
I think they put it into like, I saw something where like they put it into like ChatGPT, which countries they should tariff, and like that's because he put like 10% tariffs on an island that's populated entirely by like penguins or something.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard they put a tariff on an island that has
Yeah.
like a U.S. military base
So
on it, and that's it.
It's like write your own apocalypse. You know, I want the end of the world in your own words.
I feel like I like the tariffs though. I don't know why. I've been hearing about them for so long that I'm like used to them.
It is a good weird like hypnotic brainwashing thing. It's like tariffs.
It's kind of like the lead up to Halloween, you know, when you're just like ready for it to be here already.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, is that today?
Yeah.
It's not quite Christmas, but it's, you know,
You got to pull the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
you've been waiting long enough.
I will take Greenland though. I feel like
Oh, we're getting Greenland. We're getting Canada.
Yeah.
Dude. Canadians are pissed.
Yeah, dude.
About him even like saying that.
And it's funny too is I didn't care about Canada, but as soon as now that they're pissed, I'm like, what are you gonna do?
It's also like you didn't ever think you could have it. Now that you hear that you could, you're like, you kind of
wait,
want
I was
it
on
now?
the table. Canada
Yeah,
on the table?
dude.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
Canada's nice.
Yeah, dude.
I would love, and they're not doing anything with it.
Yeah, give us some of that help.
Yeah, I can't believe it's taken us until now to be like, fucking give us that. give us Canada.
Doing up there. Matter of
What do you
fact,
want?
All right, you
matter of
guys have been a
fact,
country long enough.
Yeah.
you want to pipe
we'll
up
take
now?
You mean
Yeah.
Minnesota is from coast to coast now? That's crazy.
We'll send 50 guys from Florida up to Canada and fucking clear it out in a week, dude. There's like nobody up there is the thing too. I feel like you look at a map and you're like, oh, Canada.
There's like less people than California,
There's
right?
more people in Chicago probably than there are in Canada.
No, yeah, I feel like we'd get Canada and it would still be a flyover state.
Yeah.
Like the entire country of Canada.
Right.
I would do
But,
Canada if you could put some nice stuff in Canada. You could put another sphere. They have this.
How
less-
quickly would we fuck Canada up, dude?
Quickly.
Very quickly.
Very quickly.
Very quickly.
I think we could make it work for a little while, right? If you just make more states,
Yeah, people will move there.
yeah, people will move there. It'd
Yeah.
be fine. I mean, if Vancouver, there's already people there, so you just change their
Well, that's
IDs,
never been an issue.
and we get all of them. That's what it is.
You know
Yeah,
what?
we'll
Honestly,
have new Canadian reservations.
I was gonna say.
They could have
dude.
casinos. And
I guess we just need a bunch of
tobacco.
smallpox blankets.
I think we-
bring them up into Quebec.
I think we invade Canada and we do new slaves. We do Canadian slaves.
It's
this
just, but
time.
it's just based off of the ones that have that weird French fucking half
Yes,
speak
all
shit.
the what do you call that? Quebec.
Quebecois.
Quebecois. We get French French people slaves.
Just a bunch of George St. Pierre's on leashes, dude. Like a Rottweiler.
That would be nice, dude. Could you imagine how nice a Canadian? Now I'm fantasizing about the Canadian slave. That would be incredible.
There's just
All
shovel,
right, if you're Canadian
shovel
slave,
your driveway in 30 seconds.
if your French Canadian slave turned to you and said in a real human voice,
If you fuck me, I will turn into a real man.
I'll turn into a cat. I'm a cat stuck in a human's body.
if you just fuck me,
to
I'll
let me
I'll
out.
turn it into a cat. Come on, please.
God damn it. Well, I'm never sharing anything with you guys again.
No, I liked it. Let's talk about it again more.
No.
Yeah, that was really the highlight of this whole
we're
podcast. Back to cat fucking Canadian cat fuckers.
Bixby, I feel like I don't see. I'm trying to go out to like do comedy more. I feel like I don't see you around at mics, but I'm probably going to the wrong mics.
I still do comedy. What is this accusation?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like I need.
If he doesn't move, he just kind of looks like a pinball machine. So maybe he's just
Yeah, I might just be in the corner.
blend into the shadows.
Oh yeah, damn! I thought you were the Black Knight 2000. Whatever that table is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I need to get out to like the open mics and shit more. So.
Oh, you're just booked probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish a little bit more, but here and there. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
You do a ton of road stuff and all
Yeah,
that.
I do a lot more in Wisconsin and Michigan than I get in any populated areas.
I was gonna say, how's comedy in Michigan? Because we would go up to Michigan for like family vacations, but I've never done comedy up there.
It's fun. I was just up there this last Saturday. I was in Saugatuck at this bar, and there was only one old couple that walked out
Nice.
right at the end. They were in the front row, so I could hear him talk. The old guy, he hated me the whole show,
That's
and
awesome.
I'm like 40 minutes in, and he's like, "Do you want to go? This guy's not very funny anyway." And like, but very like right next to the stage, and I'm like, everybody heard it, and we just watched them walk out, and then I'm
Did
like,
you say
buy my
anything about
shirt.
it?
I did. I just insecurely was like, "Are you guys having fun? Or is everybody else? These guys hated me. You guys."
Damn, he won.
Man, fuck Saugatuck. Saugatuck sounds like one of those trans swimsuits they're selling at Target now, dude.
Dude,
You
no,
heard
they would beat up a trans
Yeah.
swimsuit wearer.
Yeah.
all the Michigan, every place in Michigan sounds. I guess.
Did you get weed when you were up there? That's the
Yeah.
only reason people in Chicago, I feel like, go to Michigan, besides comics, is just to buy weed.
Well, you can buy it over the counter here.
Yeah, but in Michigan, it's like way cheaper. I went there,
Yeah,
they gave me an ounce of free weed just for it being my first time there.
Yeah, a lot of times, whenever I go to Michigan, I'll find like a dispensary that I haven't been to, which is most of them.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of them at like every exit, so I'll just find one I haven't been to.
Yeah.
Order like, I've gotten like an ounce of pre-rolls for like $10.
Yeah.
Because
Whoa.
of they have 50% off deals, or they'll give you like the last place gave me like a goodie bag.
Yeah.
With free weed and gummies in there. So
That's what's cool about Chicago is that even though there's a lot of bullshit like regulations and laws, there's always somewhere within driving distance you can go. It used to be Wisconsin, you go to drink when you're 18. Michigan, now you go for cheap weed. Indiana for fireworks. Fucking Missouri for saying the N-word. You could go get anything you want.
I'm like
Make a day trip out
I
of
think
it.
you can say the N-word in Indiana too.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Or
Missouri
you could just
and
drive home.
yeah.
You just drive home, shut the door,
Yeah.
put on a nice robe, you know?
The minute
I
you
like
watch-
to scream it though. I'm more of an outdoor slur yeller.
Dude, you're just waiting to watch the clock. What is an Indian an hour ahead or behind?
I think it's an hour ahead.
You're waiting to watch that clock fucking
Yeah.
jump forward. You're like, oh, I can
Yeah.
fucking.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes,
I went to the
N-word
Grand
time.
Canyon one time, and I heard Ben at the other end screaming it down.
A yodeler. I was yodeling slurs.
Yeah, well, that's. I'm glad that you're able to get weed up there. Weed is so. You guys should not smoke weed. It's so demonic. I'm honestly disgusted by everything you guys just said.
Yeah.
I hate weed.
It was funny too. Like a couple weeks ago, Nick and Zach found out I've been high for basically every episode, and they were like, "That explains so much."
Yeah.
It's crazy. We haven't like gotten in a big fight or argument or like had a crash out.
I didn't smoke weed before.
Since
Yep.
you stopped smoking weed before the
Yeah,
podcast.
isn't that funny? Isn't that exactly
Isn't that
what I thought
crazy?
was happening?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you high right now, Bixby? Because I'll make you leave.
I'll go then. I'll go.
Dude, that's how
No,
I
I smoked weed earlier this morning. I hate doing
But you're not
anything
still
when I'm
high.
high.
Not the way we
No.
smoke. I befriended Bixby. Like, you know how when people are like, I'm gonna befriend a crow, and they go and they give it like a peanut every day until it's like that's what I had to do with Brian.
Yeah,
It
peanuts.
took 2 years, but not. It wasn't
One
peanuts.
peanut at a
Although,
time. That's how you
to be
get
fair,
in my
I
good
probably
graces.
peanuts probably could have worked. Now that I think about it, but yeah, every time I saw him, I'd just be like, "Yo, you want to smoke weed with me?" And he'd be like, "All right." And then eventually, fucking, you start talking to me. Dude. It was like it's like befriending a crow.
Yeah, you seem nicer than a crow to me. I'll say
but
it.
it's like I think it's not because Bixby. It's not because you're mean. It's because you're shy. But I didn't understand when we first met you guys and shit in Portland. They were like like some of the top comics in the scene. So I was just like, oh, I fucking like this guy doesn't like me or whatever. And then once I started getting to know you, I was like, oh no, he's just terrified of everyone.
He's just let me check in with you.
Thank you. Back when I was doing well in comedy, I met Ben, and I didn't talk to new people that way. Now I get booked a lot less, and I agreed to do the podcast. I'm hoping this heat really puts a fire under my career.
You saw what we did for Silverman, dude. I think it was like 80 views.
Ben, shut the fuck up. Stop.
Yeah, for me to make friends with Bixby, I just had to wait until he was isolated from everyone and everything he knew for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
The way it worked out. Now you're out here and you're stuck with me.
Yeah.
I mean, you seem like a great guy. I'm not going to compare you to a shy crow. Thank you for doing the podcast. We're very happy to have you.
No, yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. I hate trying to meet people and do anything.
It sucks.
Well, the
I
other
don't
thing
like
too
it either.
is I also kind of became the same. I think it just happens when you spend enough, like once you've been at open mics every night for a few years. Like when I first met you and was like trying to like, was like, oh, why is this guy not talking to me? Or like you feel like people are rude to you at open mics because you have that like fresh new comic energy and you're trying to like make up for you're not being funny by being social. And then that actually becomes the person that you hate the most once you've been doing comedy for a few years. Yeah. It's like somebody comes in, they're new, and they just like haven't started really even figuring it out yet, but they're like super trying to chop it up, and it's like
it's like you gotta.
You just spit on them. Mm-hmm. You spit on them till they go away.
That's what you must do. I've been going out again, just like hanging around at comedy and just like hanging out with people, and I already feel myself like. I don't know, because I was when I moved to Chicago. I mean, I feel like we all probably had this experience.
Yeah.
Like you move to Chicago, and it's like hard. Like, it's a hard city to like be friendly in.
Yeah.
Especially if you move when it's fucking cold. Mm-hmm. But now I already feel like I've gotten back in the rhythm, and I'm like, I'm being nice to people I don't think are that funny. Like, you know, I feel myself. And before I was like, I would never talk to these hacks, these freaks, dude.
Well, it's like you move here and like you start like meeting people, making friends, and then like 6 or 7 months goes by, and you're like, wait a minute, am I befriending like the bottom of the barrel in this scene?
That's what always
like,
happens.
Fuck. Like am I the only one of us that can do 10 minutes?
Yeah.
What?
All these connections are gonna pay off.
No, yeah, it's like starting off in a video game and you have like the iron sword and the iron helmet, and then as soon as you find the bronze or the dwarven armor, you fucking drop the iron shit. That's the fucking. I was about to name drop.
Do not do that.
I'm not going to. But I think we all know who the iron armor is in the Chicago scene.
Yes. Okay.
I don't, but don't say
I'm not gonna
stuff
say
like
it.
Yeah. There's no need.
No, everybody's great. It's awesome to know everybody, and to be considered for the white male spot in their show.
Isn't that nice?
It's very nice.
Does that feel amazing when you get that?
Yeah, it's good. It's nice. Be like, oh, my shot's coming up in 3 months. Yes.
Yeah. Last time Bixby was on, there was a lot of white males. So let's give it 6 months before the next one. I don't know. Let's put like an amputee between or something.
Some people are counting him as
Muslim
2
woman.
white males, which I don't think is fair.
That's the worst because it's like sometimes you'll do like a show that kind of sucks, and it's like the one woman that was booked got something way better, and now the show's all dudes, and everybody kind of treats you like it's your fault, like for being on a shitty sexist show.
Same reason they try and blame us for that fucking WNBA not fucking going well. It's like, dude, you guys can come sign up to the open mics.
I felt like you had WNBA in your pocket. It felt like you were mad about it already and waiting for a way to throw it in there.
That's my secret.
You got some feelings on WNBA?
It's definitely funny to hate the WNBA. It's definitely like it is like you like the
Well, and you got like Brittany Griner talking about how she can beat male NBA players in one-on-one.
For sure, yes. No, we don't need to go down this road, but I agree with everything you're saying, or would be saying if we went down that. But no, I mean it's very funny. Have I told you guys? I think I did. I want to start getting courtside tickets to WNBA games, just like dressed like Jack Nicholson. I think I said that.
Dress like Jack.
Just catcall all the players
Dude,
as they
catcall.
run by.
Start challenging them
just,
to one-on-one.
Just like spill a pot of chili, like. Yeah, because they're so cheap. They're like $70 or something.
Yeah, dude, I don't think they'd even kick you out. They'd be like, "Oh my god, someone's here! Someone paid for courtside.
See a bunch
Is
of
that
people.
Jack Nicholson? Is that the real one?"
You walk in, you hear him like firing up the popcorn machine for the first time in 2 years. Bunch of people who thought they were about to go home early. They're like, no, come in.
All the players stand up and they start trying to remember how to play the game. They're fucking, I guess we gotta do this for real this time.
They make a janitor sing the national anthem. He sings it in Spanish. Orale, can you see? Sorry.
It's good Spanish. Orderly, can you see? Orderly, can you? Yes.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Those are picante riffs. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to a WNBA.
Yeah.
No,
But I'm
You're
serious.
missing
No,
out.
women
Yeah.
suck.
You're missing out, dude. You should see if there's so many slam dunks. You can't even keep track.
So many slam pigs
yeah,
dunking, dude.
no.
Dude, but they had Caitlin Clark and they were about to make a turnaround, and now she plays for fucking Europe.
Oh, really?
Already.
That's like where you go when
They
you're
bullied
washed.
her out. They bullied the fucking.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Was she the one that everybody thought was hot, or is that?
I guess she's all right. She was just draining threes. That's why everyone liked her.
Wait, Caitlin Clark, is she the one that was eating popcorn
Yeah.
weird?
Or no, that's another one, right?
Caitlin Clark is the one that
She's
they
the
were all
white
mad.
one.
Yeah, they were mad because she's like.
Well, there's two white ones. There's one who was eating popcorn weird and it got memed, and then there's like a blonde one.
yeah.
Is that? No, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah, Caitlin Clark is not the one I was thinking of.
Who? Hang on. Basketball girl eating popcorn weird. Normally, Zach. One
Probably,
day,
she probably got long fingers or something. It's not her fault.
no. She's
No.
like being quirky.
Oh.
One day we're gonna have a bay of computers so that Zach can do this shit.
Yeah.
But for now,
And the only thing we need is different pictures of WNBA
Yeah.
players.
Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey
Yeah.
Plum. Yeah, she's crazy. She sort of has her eyes are set a little too far apart. She kind of looks like a flounder.
Yeah.
But that's
my thing. I got
She eats popcorn like a fish too. Now that I think about
Yeah.
it, she's just like
Yeah, she looks like a fish trying to be a squirrel. It's like we all know this is not what you are. Fucking
She's
stop.
gonna get
Be
cast
a
as a
fish.
guild navigator in the next Dune movie. Yeah, dude. Some fucking nerd just got that one. It's all right. It's for my autistic homies out there.
What would you have done if you didn't do this podcast today, Bixby? What did we rip you away from?
I would have done nothing. I do nothing most of the time.
You game? You gamer?
Fucking- No.
No?
I'm the most boring person you could have had on a
There's
podcast.
no way, dude.
Trust me. There's nothing that I do. I fucking sit in my house, usually, trying to decide what I'm going to do tonight, where I'm going to waste my time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm such a piece of shit. I do nothing. I have no job. I'll go like tonight I'm doing trivia. I'm hosting some trivia.
Oh, okay.
To make some money.
I wanted to talk to you about this. You're a trivia guy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I
What's
host
your?
it.
What's your? Oh, you just host. You don't like do trivia or like?
No, I don't know shit. I'm also an idiot, so I'm boring and I'm an idiot. Two great things to have on a
So they have
podcast:
a
a
man
boring
with-
idiot.
You have no knowledge. You're gonna judge people based on their.
Yeah, dude.
No, yeah, I feel conflicted about it all the time, but somebody else gave me the answers, and I just say, because this.
You're like a fact prostitute.
I hosted.
Like a fact.
What I
slut.
hate is there's people that'll come to trivia and they'll fucking correct me on my pronunciation of words.
Oh, dude.
And it's just the biggest slap in the face.
Do you have any power to,
I feel like I'm revealed as a fucking a cat in a human body. That's not.
So, dude, I got way back when I was like fucking. I must have been like 20 or something, maybe 21. I had to start hosting trivia at this bar in I think it was in Arbutus, Maryland. It was called the Fishhead Cantina. Very Maryland-ass bar name. Because I did comedy there, And the lady who owned the bar liked me, and the guy that they usually had hosting this like long running trivia league was going out of town to like go on tour with his band. So they asked me to come in and host the trivia nights for all these like fucking like slam pigs and barflies, like just like disgusting people,
Crab eaters
from Maryland. Yeah. And trivia was clearly like this was like the highlight of their week. Like this was everything for them. And I just I just saw it as an excuse to put like
they have like bumpers on. They're like, no questions before 1984.
So I would get the questions, and I was really mostly just excited to like make a playlist of music. It was that I was like, I'm gonna expose these losers to fucking Ty Segall. You know, they hated it. So I hosted that trivia thing for like 6 weeks, just doing the questions, and the teams, a different team would win every week. I had no idea that I was supposed to keep track of what teams had what scores. So and I didn't keep track. I didn't put it like. So at the end of 6 weeks, I left. And then apparently the next week, the bar like descended into like chaos. Like I ruined the entire year's worth of like trivia. Like there were like fights. People were screaming. It was like it was apparently like a huge problem. And I was like, well, I guess I'm never going back to the Fishhead Cantina.
Damn. It's crazy.
Some kids had to watch his parents get divorced. Got dragged into a drawn-out custody battle.
You know how many bets we have on DraftKings banking on this trivia league?
Yeah, dude, it was fucking that still makes my hair stand on end when I think about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm still not allowed back in Maryland.
I do all right keeping track of the scores and stuff, but I definitely cheat things because like we'll have like a few like top 3 teams get prizes or whatever. If there's ever a tie, I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Then I got to come up with a question to like break the tie, and
What?
I feel
So you just
petty.
play God?
Yeah, I play God.
Nice.
I'm like, well, you
Hell
get
yeah.
1 extra point because
You didn't correct me on my
Yeah,
pronunciation.
you didn't tell me it's Sinead O'Connor, not Sinead.
You said Sinead O'Connor. Oh man.
No, yeah, I'm fucking. Oh my god, I'm
singer
an idiot. I'm
ripped
an
up a
idiot.
picture of the
I don't
Pope?
know. I don't know music people.
You know what I do though with trivia is like I don't actually go play trivia, but just to like build my own self-esteem. Sometimes I realized I did this, like I didn't consciously start doing it, but I imagine I take a really specific trivia question that I happen to know the answer to, and then I construct a fake reality in my head where Alex Trebek, I'm on Jeopardy, and Alex Trebek asks that question, and then I hit the button and I go, you know, like some fucking Latin name for an animal.
So what you do is you ask yourself a question
that I already know the
that
answer
you know
to.
the answer to, and then you're like, I'm so fucking smart. It's crazy.
And it makes me feel better, dude.
That's insane, dude.
Like there's
That's
a
psychotic.
like there's a rare species of snake. There's like a genus of snake in Australia, and there's only 2 species in it, and it's the Aspidites genus. And I know that it's like Aspidites melanocephalus and Aspidites ramsey. So in my head, I'm like, Alex Trebek is like, what species of snake has only 2 species in the genus? And then and I'm like, Aspidites, whatever.
Yeah.
And then everybody, and then a lady comes and sucks my dick.
How do you think? Have you ever watched an episode of Jeopardy?
I don't need to for this to work. Is the thing.
This is like my
Alex
version of
Trebek
like
is dead, but the trick
Right.
still works.
It's like sometimes like you listen to a song and you imagine like you're the one singing it on stage. Like it's like it's that, but 10
No, it
times
is that.
more
It's
insane.
that, but more autistic.
Yeah, my friend Isaac was on Jeopardy and had like he was on for like I think he won like 10 games or something.
Damn,
he's
that's
going
crazy.
back because he was in Tournament of Champions too, and he's going back for like at the end of April. Oh wait, I don't know if I can. No, I think I can say this. Well, I'll check with him to see if I have to delete this, otherwise he gets sued.
Nobody tell Jeopardy. None of the listeners.
That was a cute Tom
If any of the
Holland moment.
listeners have Alex Trebek's gravesite info, don't Ouija board.
You get a call from
No,
like
it's-
NBC that's like, did you leak information on your podcast?
If you would not want to be on Jeopardy because like the Jeopardy fan base
because
is
I'm
like
retarded.
Well, no, I think you might actually
Because that snake question would be his first
Yeah.
score.
and it's worth $200. It's
Yeah.
not even-
I get that one, and then I miss like geography, easy, whatever.
Where is Florida?
How many states are there?
I'm out.
Yeah.
But like, dude, like Jeopardy fans are crazy. If there's anything, if they sense anything untoward about you, they're vicious shit talkers.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, they jump on you for like the littlest stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You sound like you've been fucking.
Well, no,
in
but
the
through
trenches.
like, I mean, no, but I have a friend who like was like on Jeopardy and like is as clean as a whistle, and they were still finding like shit to say about
they
him.
talk shit in the form of a question. They're like,
Yeah.
"What is? You're a bitch."
Well, no, they were like, I didn't really. He didn't act with a lot of decorum when he lost that when he didn't
Oh,
get that
nice.
question.
Oh,
It's
damn.
like, shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I would have no decorum. I'd be like, fuck! Just every time I got one wrong. God damn it!
What is? I'm gonna kill myself after this.
You ripped the
Dude,
buzzer out.
I didn't even think about that because I've seen you have like a mid
Yeah,
set
it would be
before.
the same as having a bad set. I'm just like,
Dude.
well, fuck me. Kill me. Just gonna go drive off a bridge now.
Dude, I've heard you say that into a microphone. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go drive off a bridge. To see you say that in front of like the Big Bang Theory woman, you get like a quiet. It's like actually it was a treatise, not Dionysus. Well, I guess I'll shoot myself in the fucking face now.
This guy knows what I'm talking. I mean, this lady knows what I'm talking about.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do well in any of the trivia. I host trivia, and I would lose so hard. Like, I don't know. Half the time, I ask the questions, and I have to look at my answer sheet that I already wrote down to see what I'm like, I don't remember it from this afternoon. No, it's yeah. I don't. All the people who live in our building when we first moved in there like a year ago, there's a bunch of people that are like, hey, we do trivia some nights if you want to join this our WhatsApp, and you can. I'm like, oh yeah,
I'll
sure,
be sure to
yeah,
lock
yeah,
my
I'll be
doors
sure
that
to-
night. Yeah.
And yeah, I've never hung out with any of them.
Yeah.
I don't.
Dude, I mean, it is funny because some trivia can. If I'm having another memory come back from when I hosted trivia, some trivia, like people who do trivia, some of them are smart and some of them are like fucking like insects. They're like they're so stupid. I remember I had a question where the question was like,
Like insects.
they are. They're like they're barely alive.
Sometimes there's little cues to how Nick looks at the world. I feel like.
These people are bugs.
I think there's a
squashed.
I think there's a certain portion of the population that are insects.
They need to be exterminated.
these people
Frank.
were-
You do have a beautiful mind. I will say.
Listen,
But, you know.
these people, you'll understand, or maybe you'll think I'm insane. But one of the questions was like, it was like the question. The answer to the question was like, it was a Bruce Springsteen song. I don't remember which one it was, but it was like which Bruce Springsteen song was like #1 for however many weeks.
Yeah.
And I played, just because it was a Bruce Springsteen question, I played a different Bruce Springsteen song. I played Atlantic City. Every team answered Atlantic City. I'm like, I'm not going to play the fucking answer to the question, you
Yeah.
idiots. But they were like, they were mad.
Why would you fucking play that song?
Yeah,
That wasn't the answer. Why would you fucking play it?
literally, that's what the guy said to me.
It's A to B thinking. It's not abstract thinking.
See,
It's
these
yeah.
they're barely alive, man. It's like I said, they're fucking amoebas.
I would kind of like to hear the song
Yeah.
if everybody heard, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm locusts.
they are cockroaches. No, it's like when I first started doing it, it was like people were like the guy who runs. He like runs a bunch of trivia nights at bars and stuff. He's like, oh, you're a comedian, so you'll be great for this. And after I'm like, they don't want nothing from me that isn't that isn't the question.
No
like they
banter,
don't want
no nothing.
no, never. It's. You try to crack a joke and they're like, "What? Okay, yeah, I get
We're
it.
not here
to get to
I'm
it.
thinking. I'm a smart person. All right." No,
No,
they're-
you do bar trivia. If you were smart, you'd have a job at the NSA.
Do you do it in Chicago?
Yeah, there's a few places in Chicago.
Okay.
I do it, bars and sometimes filling in at places, residential too, apartment
Sure.
This is
buildings.
so funny. It's just because I feel like it's the same category. It's like a dude, like a straight dude bartending at a gay club.
Yeah.
Like, you're just surrounded by a thing that you
like
have
a-
no interest in just to pay the bills.
A dumb
Yeah.
guy hosting trivia.
Yeah. It's like, some guy pinches your ass. You're like, oh, what's up? Hey, Tony. Fucking, all right.
That's hilarious.
No, yeah, I had and then sometimes some places like because you get people that are there every week, so they like. They feel like they're family or something in their mind.
Ugh.
There was one team. There was just all these old ladies, and one of them died because not during trivia.
But no,
it
but
wasn't
but
like
there was 1 week and then she
there was
wasn't.
1 week, and then the next week she wasn't there. And
That's funny still.
I mean, I never would have asked. I would have just assumed, oh, she's dead. But one of them came over to me and they're like, "Oh, could I ask you to maybe if you could ask everybody to raise a glass for Dorothy? We lost her this week." But the way she said it, she's like, "We lost a team member," and I'm like, "I don't know. Do you mean?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Lost? She ran out of gas? Like, is she dead?" Like, I don't want to say, "Hey, everybody, she's dead," and then you're like, "No, she got lost at Jewel Osco."
I mean, if she's
Hey, we haven't seen Dorothy in a while, so keep an eye out.
could you tell everybody we're looking for Dorothy?
Has
and I'm
everyone
just
raise a
like,
glass if you've
so
seen
Dorothy is dead. I've just heard.
You're nice. If somebody told me that, I'd be like, I'm retroactively subtracting every point that Dorothy got. It's no longer.
And because this is what she would have wanted, your next question is, what did Dorothy die of? You have 30 seconds starting now.
Yep, she got fucked to death by a horse.
A, fucked to death by a horse. B, natural causes.
Natural, yeah.
C,
I think getting fucked to death-
kamikaze incident.
Fucked to death by a horse is a natural cause. It's probably the most natural death you could have, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty.
We're all
Nothing
just
unnatural
animals.
about
There's probably a
that.
fossil out there of somebody who died while getting fucked.
I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
guess.
that's a good way to die if you're like old.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know, if you're like fucking just dirt
There's a
old,
guy-
and then it's like, yeah, just fuck me to death. Yeah,
Right.
why not?
I feel like it'd be that similar thing of like you see a tornado and you know God is real, you know, just
Yeah.
like devastating power of nature, you
Yeah.
know, just
Yeah.
a big horse cock in here.
Yeah,
You're
before you
like,
knew about science.
I know God made this, and I know not to fuck with it now.
It wouldn't. Yeah, if it wasn't supposed to go in my ass, it wouldn't be able to fit in there. All right.
It wouldn't be asshole shaped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't.
If I'm not supposed to put that in there, what am I supposed to put in there? There's a hole there. Fucking. Yeah, dude. I bet you there's a
But
guy
yeah.
who's getting fucked by like a mule in the La Brea tar pit somewhere.
Yeah, in Pompeii.
Just a late Pleistocene fucking Mr. Hands.
That's the other
They're gonna
fantasy that
uncover
Ben
him and
has
he's
after
gonna-
the Alex Trebek fantasy. To jump straight to a man getting fucked by a horse.
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
No, yeah.
So-
It's probably happening right now. How
Yeah.
many people in the world right now do you think are getting fucked by a horse?
It's not none.
The,
for
but
sure.
I think that maybe it's the number of men who are currently fucking a goat or a donkey is so much higher. Because I think that it's like getting fucked by a horse is like, it's not just a bestiality kink. You're also like a masochist, like putting your life in danger.
I mean, I think
You're a risk taker.
yeah, you're
probably own
you're
a
an adrenaline
motorcycle.
junkie and a beast. Like
Yeah.
that's a fucking.
you just die, don't you? Like you don't like.
Not
you,
always.
No, you come and then you die.
Not always. Yeah, there's a lot of the one famous guy with the Mr. Hands.
Mr.
That
Hands.
Got
Oh, did he fuck a
fucked to
horse a
death.
couple
He had
times?
fucked. Yeah, that wasn't his first rodeo.
He had a high body
you know,
count, dude.
that was he was a horse fucker.
No,
you
dude,
know?
it's so funny because you know how like sometimes like when guys see like a really well built woman, they'll be like, oh, she's a Clydesdale. You know, Mr. Hands was like, really, where? And then like, oh, it's just a human lady. Come on,
Yeah, no.
you know.
Seabiscuit was his last, but he wasn't his first.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
yeah, that's I didn't realize that he.
Imagine
did
being a
that
horse
couple
with a small
times.
dick.
It's gotta suck.
That would gotta.
I mean, the horses.
I
they
just
get-
have to imagine being a horse.
Yeah,
definitely sucks.
Because, yeah.
you'd be
What-
the.
the horses get gelded. Is that where they call it gelding, where they castrate the horse, or like? I don't know what.
I hope not, because that's too
That
cool of
might
a
be.
name for that. I feel like gelding is like a.
I think it's called the horses
Sounds
gelded.
like a Zelda fucking map.
But
Yeah, it does sound like they like take out like a ceremonial sword and
Yeah.
slice
Like a
the
cute
nuts
little-
off.
I feel like they. Yeah, no, they don't have a ceremonial sword. I was about to be like, I think they do actually. They definitely don't.
This is
Gelding. They
This
just
is Nutsbane. He's castrated hundreds of fucking horses, dude.
My mom, we were in Michigan. We were on Mackinac Island.
Speaking of fucking horses, my mom.
Well,
Sorry, is that not? That was a transition.
well, it was gonna have to do with not fucking a horse, but just.
Well, in my head, everyone was gonna laugh when I said that, but they didn't. So now it feels rude.
you been to Mackinac?
no, never been to Mackinac.
Mackinac, it's an island where there's no cars. It's all everything is like bikes or horse, like driven horse-ridden carriage, whatever you call it, horse-drawn carriage. And we were like on like a tour of the island, and one of the horses got loose and like got tangled up.
No.
And the guy at the front of we thought it was a show. Like we watched these people like chasing after a horse, screaming. A guy like fell off the horse, and we were like, oh, they do like it's like a medieval times kind of thing.
That's
Oh, the
great.
blood
Somebody
looks
got
real.
trampled.
And the horse got like tangled up, and so they asked we were like on this like open air like shuttle thing, but still not driven. And they were like, "Does anybody have a pocket knife?" And my dad offered one up, and my mom was like, "Oh God, they're gonna kill it." I was like, "With a pocket knife?" Like, could you imagine?
Just shanking a horse like 17 times.
Like,
But we took care of the horse. It took 7 hours.
Does anybody have a toothbrush and a razor blade and a rubber band?
Yeah, that would be a terrible. It would be dull. The knife would be so dull.
so
by
bad.
the
You're not even breaking the skin of that horse.
Also,
No.
what's crazy is that those cops walk around on horses or whatever. And I know if you fuck with the horse, it's like a felony. But like, they're opening themselves up for like somebody with enough fucking cojones could just go up and smack that horse's ass, and then it would run off, and the cop just gets dragged or whatever.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Do you think the horse? I feel like I feel like those horses are like they wouldn't.
They're getting trained by like fat cop. Like I feel like I don't
that's
feel like a
true.
cop has the bandwidth to train a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, I thought like, well, a cop horse wouldn't respond. They would respond calmly to you slapping their ass.
Yeah, no, they have a racist guy on their back all day. I'd be fucking amped if I was a cop.
Do you think like do you think that the horse cops have to like? Do you think they're ready to like shoot at any time? Could you imagine like riding in on your horse and fucking shooting a 7-Eleven?
Yeah, they definitely have a
figure?
complex. I feel like.
Because that has to actually probably feel amazing if you fucking like roll up on the horse and just like whip out your pistol.
Think about this. Think about if you're a cop, if you're a horse cop, every day you're probably just fantasizing about that scenario.
Yeah.
About fucking like loading your shotgun while you're riding the horse and everyone being like, everyone fucking laughed at me.
Yeah.
What if you have to get one kill to get a squad car?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Everyone's on horseback until you have to kill somebody.
No, you start on a
right
pony.
in the head.
You start on a pony, then you have to tase somebody, and then you get a horse, and then you graduate to a
Oh,
You kill
my
too many people, they put you on a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need 2 bodies to get the Crown Vic, son.
Dude, if I was a horse cop, I'd want to arrest, but I want to throw him over the back of my horse like it's the Old West. That's how I want to fucking do it, man.
I'd want to shoot an unarmed person with a bow and arrow. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, dude.
The horse should have lights, honestly. How does
Or
the
the
horse
other
not
thing
have
that they're
lights?
probably the other moment they're waiting for is for there to be like gridlock traffic and they're fucking after a perp and they're
get to go
they're
over.
white lining in
Yeah.
between the cars and they
No.
ride past the
They're just running over the car.
Yeah, I'm saying they go on the cars,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Exciting.
just denting the top of the fucking their coworker who always makes fun of them.
It'd be hilarious to just like you're a dumb cop, so you still have like no regard for the fact that like your horse is alive. You just like try to pit maneuver with the horse. You just explode the horse like as you're yeah. That's that's good stuff. That's what I like. I'm gonna check to see how long we've been doing.
Why do they still?
Oh, brother, we're at an hour and 2.
Okay.
Let's bring this in for a close.
Fuck.
All right. Well, I hope I've bored you guys
No,
enough.
No.
This was a
very
blast,
fun.
dude.
This
We
is
should have
very
started
This
with
is the
horse
best this has
fucking
ever done.
earlier. It was.
Do you have any shit you want to plug? Any fucking
Yeah,
shows or anything?
upcoming shows.
No, I don't. I've got a few things. You just I'll like announce it on Instagram and
Yes.
stuff like that. I don't have. Yeah, I don't
What's your
feel like I have
Instagram
enough
for the
for
people?
the Instagram is Bixby Comedian on Instagram. Then everywhere else I'm just Bryan Bixby.
BIXBY.
Yeah.
I'll post it in the description. Definitely follow Bixby. He's hilarious. Definitely, if you're in Chicago, Indiana, Wisconsin, or Michigan, go see him.
Yeah.
If you see him, go up and talk to him. He loves that.
Yes, please. I'm very fun to talk to.
Ask them just
I know a
fun
lot of
little
things.
quiz questions.
Trivia is a real
A lot of
passion.
trivia. I know a lot of trivia.
Ask him where he gets his ideas from.
I know that not every golf ball has the same number of divots
Oh.
Oh,
in it.
crazy.
Yeah, just
Why doesn't it?
learn that.
That's crazy. It's not just like a machine.
I just know the answer is false. I just know it's
Don't
a true,
dig deeper.
It's a true or false question. There's only so far I can go on that one.
That's actually all the information anybody has about it.
I love the idea of absorbing information in the form of true or false questions. So you tell them, they're like, do you have any, like, what's an interesting fact you know? And he, well, I know all the golf balls having the same amount of divots is false. So
Or if you just know all of your information just by A, B, C, or D. I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah.
But it is one of the above.
One of 4.
Where are you from? Well, it's either A, Wisconsin, B, Michigan.
That's so funny. Thank you so much for doing the podcast. Thank you guys for
thanks for
listening.
having me on.
We will be back again next week, and God bless you all.
Shout out Dire Wolves.